You know those films that leave a really uncomfortable, unsettling, but long-lasting and deep-felt impression? Deodato's Cannibal Holocaust, Cronenberg's Videodrome, Argento's Opera, Fulci's Zombie 2. These films are brutal and shocking and usually end up as bile staining the carpet. Those are good movies. Very good and well-made movies. The film I'm looking at is not. Of all people, I had to go and dig up the relatively short filmography of director Miyazaki. If you've never heard of him, throughout the throngs of exploitation directors in the 1970s, one of the most reviled in America was the man who directed I Spit on Your Grave. Critics and audiences condemned this film for its graphic violence and lengthy depictions of gang rape, and trust me, the rape scenes in this movie make Freeze Me look like Deep Throat 2. The film opens with our main character Jennifer driving along as the credits roll when we see the opening title. This title that so many people know the film under is actually a replacement. Cinemagic initially released the film with Zarki's original title, Day of the Woman. This title was altered a few times by distributors, so it appears under several alternates like I Hate Your Guts and The Rape and Revenge of Jennifer Hill. The film was bought from Cinemagic by the Jerry Gross organization, and the title was changed to I Spit on Your Grave for the 1980 re-release. Miyazaki stated that he openly dislikes this title. Yeah, because this film is so classy that such a title of I Spit on Your Grave makes the film seem so much more undignified. Jennifer is played by Camille Keaton, an exploitation starlet that emerged in 1972 as the title character in Massimino Dallamano's film What Have You Done to Solange. Her character is leaving New York for the country for the summer to try to complete a book. She stops in at a gas station and where she runs into the villains of the film, Johnny, Stanley, and Andy.
You missed. Playing it safe, huh? Are you ready for this one?
What are up with these two? These guys make the stereotypes in Raising Arizona seem subtle. The scene consists of Jennifer talking casually to Johnny and those other two behaving more and more like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. The scene ends without any hostility or any inclination of malice from anyone, and Jennifer arrives at her summer house, engages in a brief scene of absolutely unnecessary nudity, and then she is greeted by the local market boy, Matthew Lucas, who is delivering her groceries.
Boy, are you a writer?
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to write a book here?
My first novel. I've written many short stories.
You must be famous. What's your last name?
Hills.
I wish.
It's okay if you've never heard of me. All my stories were published in women's magazines.
I don't read them.
Jesus, it's like Woody Allen, Rick Moranis, and Mimsy from the Crippled Summer episode of South Park accidentally stepped into the machine from The Fly and flushed out all likability in the process. I know this is a character we're supposed to pity in a way, like many characters that Woody Allen and Rick Moranis play, but considering what I've seen this person do during this movie, there is no pity coming from me.
Bye.
Bye, Matthew. Watch out!
After that awkward exchange, we're back at the three from the gas station going fishing when the conversation shifts to sex. Okay, it isn't like it's too out of the ordinary for men to speak of sex with each other.
New York broads are all loaded, Matthew. Yeah, they fuck around a lot. Hell, one day I'm gonna go to New York and fuck all the broads there. I'm gonna do the same in California. Why California? Sunset Strip is just swarmed with chicks looking to get laid.
Really? Since when did all women in New York and California mimic Beyond the Valley of the Dolls? And when you think that you would see the depravity of the characters begin to leak out in a conversation like this, it simply just ends, not really proving anything or even promoting a clear segue. This film was edited by Zarki himself, but was re-edited by Spiro Karas for the film's international release, who knew that the editor for the most seen version of this travesty of cinema was the special effects editor on Ratatouille. As we see Jennifer trying to write, laying out on her hammock, her inner monologue starts rambling as Stanley and Andy come down the river in a boat. know these two are supposed to be the stupid ones in the bunch, but is this really what they see as effectively attracting a girl? All you need now is to jump a shark. Well, after that bit of nagging annoyance, it then cuts to a scene where she hears jeering outside as if she's about to be attacked by the Lost Boys. And in proper fashion of any slasher film, she goes outside to investigate, leaving the gun she had brought with her behind. Are you really thinking that nothing horrible is going to happen to this girl? Just when you think that this is when something happens, it doesn't. It cuts to her basking in the sunlight again, without the gun. I know Zarky is trying to build up suspense, but he's doing an appalling job of it. And as her sunbathing is interrupted, it then becomes Virgin Spring means deliverance. They rope her boat to theirs and being accompanied by a mysterious invisible cameraman that still casts a shadow until she's able to make a break for it. This short chase portion of the film seems very familiar. Oh yeah, like that much better movie that came out 6 years beforehand. It's as if crew from Last House on the Left met Andy Barclay from Child's Play. It's vile and annoying.
Whoa!
Now, there is no possible way I can break down a 45-minute continuous rape scene where Jennifer is ravaged by 4 men. So I'll just play this clip.
Stop it!
The broad's all yours. Come on. Come on.
Not now. Not now.
Fucking asshole, we got it for you. Come on.
I can't do it now. Not now.
Damn it, don't stand there like a prick. Get over here.
I can't.
Come on.
Yeah, you get the rest. This sequence is so horrifying that I found the torture scenes in Caligula easier to sit through, considering that movie didn't have wide-angle shots of men's faces when they're raping someone.
I can't come. You're interrupting my concentration.
And actually, there is no rhyme or reason to why they do this. They wanted to get Matt to lose his virginity, so they gang rape her. This action comes so far out of the scope of this movie that nothing about it is at all believable. So, in turn, nothing involving this drawn-out rape is necessary. It isn't until the 1 hour mark that the raping finally stops and retreated to a 10-minute sequence of the hollow and depressing reaction Jennifer has to the whole ordeal. Now, this is where Camille Keaton's performance is the best, because she doesn't say a word, it's all told through looks and gestures, and you know, it's the only part of this damn movie that I actually see as anything of real value, some real human aspect towards rape. And come to think of it, this scene actually is the best photographed out of the whole movie. Now, considering the director, writer, producer, and editor of this movie was Mir Zarky, I would expect that he would also be the film's director of photography. But no, the cinematographer on this film is another person with an extremely short filmography, which ended with this very film. Nuri Haviv. Yep, the same DOP on such jewels as Double Agent 73 and Another Day, Another Man. But of course, the whole sequence is ruined by the last half hour of the film. It begins with the 4 men sitting in a diner. Why is Matt so excited? It's never explained why it looks like he's about to break into Hell on My Baby, but there he's acting like the toys from Mary Poppins. Then they proceed to discuss the supposed decomposure of Jennifer's corpse, laboring under the delusion that Matt successfully killed her with a knife after the raping had stopped.
It's been 2 weeks, man. 2 90-degree weeks. You know what 2 weeks like that does to a dead body?
They are sitting right next to the register, and you can clearly hear people in the background. How is it no one hears this? After they realize she's alive, Jennifer proceeds to systematically kill off all of her attackers, starting with Matt, who is lured there in an attempt to finish her off.
What have I done to you, Matthew?
You brought nothing but bad luck with you. Bad luck. I have no friends now because of you.
Really? You're actually blaming her for what you did? Takes the concept of blaming the victim to a whole new level, doesn't it? She seduces him and then manages a noose around his neck. He is hung and dropped into the river along with his bike. And the funny thing is, this is the least graphic scene. Now, for all the scenes in this film, all of the graphic violence toward this woman, the scene that seems to resonate with many audiences is the one that followed closely after.
God. Oh, God!
The castration scene. She lures Johnny into her bathroom and while jacking him off, takes a knife. And to get to the point, I'll play this. Yeah. The only thing that will make this scene even more disturbing is if Riz Ortolani scored it. She cleans up the blood and then it's down to the last 10 minutes. Yeah, the last 10 minutes of the film is her axing one guy in the back and slicing another apart with a motorboat motor. And then it just ends. That's it. Even in terms of exploitation films, this movie is scum. The characters are barely two-dimensional, let alone fully developed. The story is atrocious, and there's been very few movies that I have seen that have had such long, drawn-out, brutally unnecessary scenes as the bulk of this film. Miyazaki would helm one more project in 1985 and had nothing to do with the unofficial sequel titled Savage Vengeance, in which Camille Keaton reprised her role. The sequel was supposedly shot in 1988 but not released until 1993. Camille Keaton refuses to speak of either film or their productions to this day. Zarki has been quoted saying he was inspired to do the film after helping a young woman who had been raped in New York. Though this has been continually declared factual, I do not see this as an homage to that woman, nor do I see this as a film for female empowerment. It's a cheap knockoff of Last House on the Left that extended its 2.5-minute rape scene by 40 goddamn minutes. If it came down to any exploitation or horror flick released in 1978, I'll watch Dawn of the Dead instead.